Hold on. We're back.
What's good, YouTube and Twitch?
What's good? Have some self-respect.
Nice. Nice.
Woohoo! Pack them up.
Weird.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, but that's it, bro. Alright. No, no, I'm just kidding.
What's good, YouTube? Today we are joined by Scott Page, and this is Life of a Duelist, Episode 2, Season 1.
Ooh. Well, as John said, my name is Scott Page. I am from Dallas, Texas. I live in Plano now. John's neighbor. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For far too long. I started playing when I was 12 years old. You know, I was just a bum at my local. I was just a kid playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For fun with my friends. I remember getting my first pack. I went to 7-Eleven of Legend of Blue Eyes, First Ed, just like John said in this video, First Ed. I don't know if it's First Ed or not, just Legend of Blue Eyes. I opened my pack, didn't get shit, whatever, no biggie. And I just fell in love with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, instantly. Like, I just loved playing. Me and my friends would watch the TV show. You know, all that stuff. It was just like everybody else, so. Started playing when I was 12. Luckily for me, my friend that I was playing with, he had a lot of money. So his mom would buy us boxes like every weekend, and we just have all the cards we needed. So I'm pretty competitive. So even at 12, I would go to my local, and it was a single elimination tournament. Keep in mind, I'm 12 years old. There was a 12-year-old division and under, which what I really should have been in. And then there was like the older group. I thought I was way too good for the 12-year-olds, so obviously went to the master group. Got like thrown around a little bit. I didn't. It was a single elimination tournament. I didn't win round one for like months. I finally won round one. Told everybody I knew. I just thought I was a god, and then didn't win round one for a long time. After that, I was just terrible. Like, to put it into perspective, I didn't play Ring of Destruction because it did damage to me. Not okay. And I played Dark Hole because it killed my. I didn't play Dark Hole because it killed my monsters, so yeah, that was never happening. After that, you know, all my friends stopped playing, you know, we stopped playing, kind of grew out of it. And then, and I was 17 years old, I would say 17 or 18, or 16 maybe, and I was playing Super Smash Bros. Melee with all my friends. Again, like I said earlier, I'm super competitive, so if there's something that I like and I enjoy, I want to, you know, get as good as I can at it. Fast, hopefully. Yu-Gi-Oh! wasn't so fast, but and anyway, I went to his room and we were just hanging out and we were playing Smash, and he had a deck box and like a drawer. It was somewhere, and I looked and I was like, I used to have one of these. And I was like, I wonder if he used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I opened the box and there's all these Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in there. I'm like, whoa, blast from the past. And it was weird. I hadn't played for years, and I was like, I really want to play again, you know, just because it would be fun. And his cards were terrible. And when I was 12, I had all the good cards. You know, I had like, you know, I had all the most broken cards like Monster Reborn, Snatch Steal, Change of Heart, Painful Choice. I did the same thing I did last time. Painful Choice, Monster Reborn, all the broken cards, Yada. And so I was like, I'm just gonna destroy this guy. And that's what happened. He was playing like Akibio Drakmord and like vanilla monsters. And I was like summoning Yada, you know, summoning Breaker, Monster Reborn. He had no idea what Monster Reborn was. You know, Change of Heart, Snatch Steal, all these broken cards. And I just destroyed him. So I was like, I'm going to go to my local, you know, my first local. I wonder if there's any tournaments. And there were. My first local was the Light of Destruction Sneak Peek. At the local, there was this guy that walked in, and he was a little older than me, which I didn't know anybody. I was just hanging out with a bunch of bums, basically. And so this guy walks in, and everybody was like, oh, shit, Billy's here. Or, sorry, this guy's here. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, I got to step up to this guy. But he had, and he's going to deny this to the day he dies. But this 100% happened, Billy, I'm sorry. He had like this silver deck box connected to his belt. So he's like, you know, grade A duelist. And everybody's like, that's Billy, Billy's here. Like, Billy's so good. And I'm just like, whatever, I could probably wax this guy with my appropriate Exodia deck that I had, you know, on deck. I was real bad still back then. But yeah, that was my first local. Luckily enough, Billy, you know, lived in my area randomly. I'm actually very, very, very fortunate where I live. When I first started playing, everybody that was playing back then were like gods of the game. Like, Billy Brake, Philly Luna, Chris Bowling, my all-time favorite duelist, Chris Bowling, Ryan Spicer, John Moore, God himself, John Moore, just all these really good players, and I'm going to talk about Sam a little later, but everybody has a what did he call it? Like a tree, a learning tree is what he called it. And when you go to the top of the tree, you see all these names, and then they taught the people before you, and then they taught the people there, which in turn teaches you. You're at the bottom of your tree, and my tree is broken. Just luckily just randomly, I lived where I live, and I started playing where I did, because above me there's probably, no exaggeration, 12 to 15 championships just above me in my small little tree. So very lucky, very fortunate to be, living where I am. So that was my first local, and I just really wanted to get better. I wanted to improve, and me and Billy really hit it off fast. Like we never really dueled, because I was terrible, but we got along, as friends. So we'd chill and talk, and then we'd play. I went to all these regionals. I scrubbed the fuck out of all these regionals. And I probably went to like 8, 10 regionals, maybe more, and I just couldn't top a regional to save my life. I was like, this game's not for me. I'm just clearly not that good at it. Wanted to top a regional really bad because the group of friends I was hanging out with and trying to get better with were always like, yo, you're bad. You can't top a regional, which is just true. And there was one regional, and I was like, all right, if I don't top this one, I'm done. Like, I'm just not gonna play anymore because I'm just not cut out for it. I'm just not that good. And as you know, whenever you say you're going to stop playing, you go to that one tournament and you dominate the tournament. So obviously I went 0-2 drop at that regional. I said if I scrubbed out, I was not going to go anymore. So I was done. I was like, this sucks. I suck. I'm really bad. I can't top regional to save my life. And but at this specific regional, this is like the first time. This is where I really wanted to get better. There was the 7 or 6 or maybe even 8 of the top 8 was all frogs, and it was all amazing players. The top 8 was like Ryan, Billy, Kyle went X1, Chris's brother, and got 9th place. So it was like Chris, Billy, Ryan, Jake McNeely, and just a few other good players, and they were all playing frog decks. So I was like, well, maybe that frog deck's pretty good. I'm gonna try it out. Ronan Totem just came out, and they just dominated the regional because nobody knew what their cards did. So I picked that deck up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do what I can. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is what it takes. So I'm on the bubble of my first real chance to top a regional, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And this frog deck's broken. I still suck. Please keep in mind I'm real bad. This deck's just broken. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna win the regional, or I'm gonna top the regional. Before the regional started, there was a ruling passed down with Gores and Royal Oppression. If Royal Oppression is up and you attack into Gores, and the damage step, you could pay 8, negate Gores, and destroy, it was just wrong. So, and everybody knew like round 2 or 3, that's what was going on. And I was just thinking, that's really stupid, but chances of it happening to me are like 0%. Anyway, fast forward to game 3 on the bubble of the regional, win it in. I'm X1. My opponent has 1 set back row. I pass with no cards. I have Gores. I'm about to Gores this dumbass. So he goes draw. So he has 1 card in his hand, 1 set back row, summons Bora, attacks. I'm like, game over, baby. I just topped my first regional. Drop Gores. So he not only activates Oppression, he just flips Oppression in the damage step. I'll pay 8. Goes to his calculator. I'm like, it's not the way it works. He's like, yeah, but that's the way they're ruling it here. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I lost the game because I couldn't drop Gores, and I couldn't get over his Bora, believe it or not. And I remember cursing the judge out. I was like, this is bogus. This is bullshit. What the fuck is happening? I'm just getting screwed. And they almost kicked me out of the convention, or not the convention, the local, the regional, because I was really mad because I had worked real hard and I thought I was getting better, and next thing I know, I'm just getting screwed. And I was like, I'm done with Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't. Even when I play good, and even when things don't go, even when I'm playing like decent, I just get screwed by things that are just completely out of my control. So I'm like, I'm done with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just sulking. And then I get 8th place at the regional. So I taught my first regional. And I'm back, baby. I'm back after 5 minutes of not playing. But swore off Yu-Gi-Oh! For a solid 5 minutes there. So that was my first real success. And true story, 100%. This is just the way I feel. When I topped the regional, it was a better feeling than whenever I topped my first YCS or nationals or anything, because it was the first time that, you know, my hard work paid off, and it was just such a good feeling to top that. Even that's my favorite. That's my favorite top period. Is that one regional top, my first one. So, yeah. So yeah, that was my first regional top. Super happy, and at this point, I feel like I'm getting a little better. It's funny for anybody that knows Billy. He's very very passionate about Yu-Gi-Oh. He loves Yu-Gi-Oh. I love Yu-Gi-Oh too. He passed it down to me. I'm very passionate too. Yeah, and he would like teach me indirectly. He would say, "What are you doing? That's wrong." And I wouldn't ask why. I would just be like, "Okay, Billy's telling me it's wrong. It's wrong." Like if I would attack into Mirror Force, that's wrong. Or if I would attack into an open field, that's wrong. Okay, I don't know why. It just he ingrained it in my head just to play smart and safe and right. And I feel like I was getting a little better, and I was good with the frog deck. Nice. I was getting pretty good with the frog deck, and then. I topped another regional back-to-back, and I was like, whoa, like, this is so broken. I almost went undefeated. I was 8-0 or 7-0, 8-0 regardless. In the last round, I gave my opponent the win because a friend of mine that I drove with needed the tiebreakers because he had lost to that guy. And my friend got 8th. It was all worth it, all gravy. And I had just topped, and Nationals was coming up, and I was like, I'm just going to use this frog deck, baby. This Yu-Gi-Oh! Is easy now. I'm Mr. Big Shot. So anyway, I go to my first nationals, and I topped my first nationals. I'm like, this is great. It was the first time I ever traveled. If only it were this easy still. But I went to my traveled. It was so much fun. Oh man, it was so much fun. I went with like Billy's brother Bobby, a few other guys. I can't really remember. Still can't remember. But yeah, it was just really fun. And I was just thinking after I topped, Yu-Gi-Oh's super easy. Like this is great. But I was so wrong. But my biggest regret of my Yu-Gi-Oh career happened at that Nationals. In top 64, I had just topped, super happy, and I look at the pairings to see who I'm playing in top 64, and I'm playing Philly Luna. Philly was a super good friend of mine, real good friend of mine, still is, and I have a lot of respect for Philly, because what he's done is just crazy. 4 wins, he's the man, and I remember thinking. He's put his work in. He's paid his dues. He deserves it. And it was my first traveling event, so in my mind, for some reason, I have a lot of respect for Philly. I have a lot of respect for a lot of people, and I like to give him the rub, as they say in like the wrestling world. But I just wanted him to, he deserved it to me, and I didn't think I deserved it yet because I hadn't gone through the trials and tribulations, which I really had because I was real bad, and now I was getting. It took me 2 years to still be bad. And that's basically where we are here at this National. I was still not very good, but I was better than I was. I was just real good with this frog deck. That's the only reason I was seeing a little bit of success. But anyway, I didn't think I had gone through enough to deserve it yet. So I gave Philly the win in Top Cup Nationals. Stupidest decision I've ever made. A lot of people don't know that, I don't think, actually. I don't really tell that to many people, just because I'm an idiot. But yeah, if I could go back... Man, I would have done so good. Me and Philly played it out. They actually asked if we wanted a feature match, and we said no because I was just giving him the win. He knew it too. I told him before the match started, and we played it out, and he really played, and I just destroyed him in like 5 seconds. Like dust shoot, mind crush, like just destroyed him. Yeah, so I topped that one but lost. Well, gave the win away. That one hurt real bad, but at the same time, it was just a setback for me, and I knew I was gonna do better later on, at least hopefully. So after Nationals 2010, this is super fuzzy for me because I legitimately do not remember. I probably went to another event or 2 or 3 maybe, I just don't remember. The next event I do remember, weird, I topped it, was 2011 Nationals. That's the next on my radar that I really remember, honestly. Before this Nationals, this is one of the biggest parts of my story. I first met Billy, and Billy, taught me weirdly, in a weird way. But I met a duelist by the name of Samuel Pedigo. Maybe you've heard of him, YCS champion, 8 tops, no big deal. Went to Worlds, no big deal. But yeah, he randomly, again, very lucky to live where I live. Sam came in and he was real slow from the get-go. Like, Sam just plays so slow. And this is my Sam impersonation for the rest of the video, by the way. Whenever I'm talking like this, that's Sam. But fast forwarding back to 2011, me and Sam would test play. And I would teach. It's actually really weird to look back on, but I would teach him what I knew. Like it was like another tree. Billy passed it down to me, and I passed it down to Sam. For a very, very short period of time, that was the chain of commands. And then, so I topped that one. Sam topped that one too. We tested every day for like a month straight for hours. Every single day, we would meet at a Wendy's. Weird. And we would just play and play and play and play. And then next thing I know, Sam is just 20 times better than me in like a blink of an eye because he's real smart. He's just super good at the game. He's naturally good. I have to talk about that. I'm not naturally good. I have to like work for it. Things don't come easily for me in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least. They don't click for me fast. Like maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know what it is, but whenever there's like a new deck, it takes me a long time to get okay with it, decent with it. There's people that I know that can just pick up a deck and just top nationals. Like my friend Randy, it's just an example of who's naturally good. On the way to Nationals 2013, Dragon Ruler format, he didn't know what a Dragon Ruler was. He didn't know what Spellbooks was. They explained to him what the cards did on the way to Nationals. Bang, went undefeated day one. That's just that's an example of somebody being naturally good. Sam is the same way. No, don't get me wrong. Sam worked at it. Sam was naturally good, and he worked at it harder than anybody I ever met who ever played Yu-Gi-Oh. He worked harder than them. He reaped the rewards from it. But so we both topped that Nationals. I was super happy because we were boys. We were boys at this point. And he went on to get second. I lost in top 64. He went on to get second place. It was awesome, so awesome. Really hurt real bad when he lost, but it happens. Can't win all the time. Then I went to a few events after that. And then there was YCS Dallas in 2011. It was 6 Samurai format. You might remember when Gateway just came out. Sheen, just Super Great Shogun. What's his name? Super Shogun Sheen? Whatever his name is. He just came out. He's broken. Wins the game. I did a little bit of testing. You can actually find it on YouTube if you YouTube me versus Billy. Samurai format. Billy's like master. He has some gay-ass name. I don't know. But he destroyed me in play testing, and I was like, I'm just not going to test play for this event. I'm gonna scrub the fuck out. I'm not playing fucking samurais. So I had my little common frog deck, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens. And I'm like 8-0 somehow by the grace of God. And my frog deck just has a broken matchup against a samurai deck. And I went on to top 8 that one. Sam topped that one with me too, which was awesome. We topped our first nationals, or it was my second nationals, but his first nationals, and we both topped our first YCS together. Billy went undefeated at Swiss at that tournament, got first after Swiss. I think that's the only time he's ever done that. So that was a really, really cool tournament because, all my boys were doing well. And shout out to Brandon Ogbonna for getting top 8. His one and only top. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Brandon's broken. So that was really important. And then I was like, man, Yu-Gi-Oh's easy. 2 nationals in a row, top to YCS. Like, this is easy. And then next thing I know, I can't do shit for like years. And it sucks. Like, when you can go a certain period of time, when you put the work in, and it's not like I wasn't going to events and I wasn't traveling, I wasn't playing, I wasn't trying. I was trying and working at it, but I was just not seeing the results. And it was good on one side because it shows you that you have to. I was complacent, I guess that's a good word. I was like, okay, cool. This is easy. I can do it every time. Not the case. Clearly, went so long without topping. But me and Sam would still test play, and like Sam would top and I wouldn't, and like Billy was topping too, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And they were like my support system, like you can do it, like you can still do it. Yu-Gi-Oh's hard, like shit happens, there's luck involved, and Billy was telling me and giving me a story that he went years without, like 2.5 years without topping, and I was like, geez Louise, if it can happen to Billy, it can happen to anybody, and I'm not using it as an excuse like I was playing perfect, it was a combination of me not playing as good as I could have been and just really unfortunate things. And it was at that point where I learned that, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core is you versus your opponent. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! At its 100% level 1 core. That's it. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core is a one-on-one game. It's you versus your opponent. That is Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell. You versus your opponent. Whoever plays better, well, most of the time, whoever plays better wins. And I learned right there when I was having trouble, but they were still there to pick me up and to cheer me on, I guess, and tell me you can do it. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at its core one-on-one, But outside, it's a team game. 100% team game. Everybody test plays in your group. Everybody plays. Everybody talks about deck ideas. Everybody talks about certain plays against certain decks. It's a team game. That's just what Yu-Gi-Oh is. And at this point, I was hurting. It sucked. And I walked into randomly to a group at my local who are now like my best friends on the planet Earth. Huge shout out to Team Legacy. What's good, Team Legacy? It was me, or it still is really. None of us really. Well, there's only a few that really play anymore. But me, Carlos Medrano, was good, Los. Adrian Saldivar, Javi Saldivar, Oscar Zelaya, who won a YCS and an ARG, Randy Nguyen, DJ Miles. I think that's everybody. That's everybody on Legacy. And they welcomed me in with open arms, kind of. Anybody that knows them, they just like to talk shit. I just like that mentality. I just like pushing people. Sam calls it the legacy mentality, which is it doesn't work for everybody. Like it got to the point, like I was saying, I hadn't topped for so long. They were calling me like grandpa. Last time I topped, my prize support was a VCR. Just all these things, but they were talking shit. But at the same time, they were motivating me. They were like, building me up, really. And then I finally topped again, which was the ARG in Dallas. They were like, talking shit. But at the same time, they were building me up because when I did top again, they were the first ones to come and, dap me up, give me a hug, rub my head. They were like the first ones to, like, you did it, congratulations. And I wouldn't have done it without them personally because I was complacent at where I was. I had 3 tops, and I was like, "Woo, I'm the man." But at the same time, I still had so much. I still do have so much to learn. But at the time, they pushed me. They pushed me to be the best as I could. So Rulers came out. I topped the ARG, and this is great because this is after going so long without topping. I topped the ARG Dallas. I got second. I lost to Patrick. I topped 32 YCS San Mateo, and then I topped 16 the ARG right after that, back to back. And I was happy again because the work, I was putting in the work, and it was rewarding me. And it was, again, it's a team game. It wasn't just me, it was everybody. Everybody in my group, everybody in my testing circle, all my friends. And Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm saying, it is a one-on-one game, you and your opponent. It's just you and your opponent at a YCS, playing it out. But outside of the game, it's the definition of a team game. And you can't do it by yourself. And anybody out there that's trying to do it by yourself, you can't do it. It's unfortunate, it's just the way it is. 20 heads are better than 1, so. Yeah, teams are super important to me, like all my friends and stuff. So, and then that was 2013, that was late 2013 probably. I think Boston that was the last one of a ruler format that I topped, which was, I think November. So late 2013. What year? Are we in 2016 right now? Yeah. So then it happened again where I just didn't top anything, but this time I wasn't putting as much work in and I was kind of in and out. I mean, no excuses. I was still, when I was playing and trying hard. DN was a big factor, and DN was awesome at one point for reasons, but there were reasons why it's not that great. Like, it's great for seeing situations and just playing, but you don't really learn much. You're kind of just going through the motions playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That kind of through me for a loop. DN was like my main source of testing because a lot of my friends weren't playing anymore, so I couldn't really get all the support that I really needed to come back and do well. And then so that was 2014, 2015. 2016 it was kind of the same thing. I wasn't like all in because a lot of my friends stopped playing, and it sucks. Like you when DN was around, there's DN and then there's post DN. Post DN is broken, by the way, but during DN you don't. It's really hard to explain because honestly it's just really hard to explain. You're by yourself. It's just one-on-one. And I think I succeed when I have a group of friends around me that can push me and tell me how. The only thing I was doing on DN was trying to get my rank up, but it doesn't really matter. So anyway, fast forward to 2016. I wasn't playing too much. I liked the Pendulum deck a lot, and I played it a little bit on DN. What's up, DN? And then I started playing in person a lot. I actually came House of Champions. Shout out to House of Champions. Came to House of Champions, tested with Billy. Cameron Neal, who was my apprentice, but now I'm his apprentice now. What's up, Cam? He taught me everything I knew about that deck. Him and Joey Lynch, honestly, they they would watch me and they'd tell me what I was doing wrong because it was a group, it was a team effort, and they showed me in 2000. What event was that? Columbus, YCS Columbus. I finally topped again. Woo! That was my 7th if you count ARGs. I lost in top 16 to a series of unfortunate events. Lost the die roll. The die roll is very stupid in the new age of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the cards are so broken. There's got to be... They already took away the 6 cards, so I don't know what else they can do. I'm probably just making an excuse, but... The die roll is so stupid. Like, my last 2 events that I've been to recently, I'm 2 for 23 in die rolls. Which is just... That's not okay, you know? It's just not... It's not fair. Maybe it's just my luck or whatever, but... Something needs to change about the die roll. But that brings us to present times, I guess. I do want to say I was not going to do this video. I really wasn't. This is not my style. You might think it's my style because like I like to talk a lot and I'm like to yell and have fun and like talk shit, but this is just not my style. I didn't think anybody was going to want to see this video seriously. I still don't. I think I'm getting like punked or something. But John did and John was like, "Hey, you got to do this video. You got to do this video." I was like, "No, I'm not doing this stupid ass video, John." And he's like, "Yeah, you have to do it." And I was like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna post it on Zodiac. If I get 500 likes, you have to do it." And I was like, 500, no. And in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna give this guy a ridiculous number that'll never happen. So I was like, if you get 1,000 likes, I'll do it. And I don't know how the fuck. I swear, no idea why anybody would want to see this. But how many likes does it have now?
Over 1,100 something.
That's so stupid. Y'all are idiots. I don't know. You gotta get better people on here, but yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, but I'll just do shout outs now. I want to kind of wrap this shit up.
Alright.
First and foremost, Billy. Billy, like, picked me up from nothing. Second is Sam. Sam, I haven't talked to you in a while, and you don't really play anymore. He's like, okay, Sam's like a real human being. Like, he has a job, he has a family, so he doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! He's like a real person. So, huge shout out to Sam. And then my team, last but not least, my team. I'm going to name their names again because they're broken. Adrian, Javi, the Brothers of Destruction, Randy Nguyen, the guy I used for the 9-0 at Nationals, Oscar Zalea, ARG champion, YCS champion, Carlos Medrano, he's so broken they had to get banned, DJ Miles, he's just black. That's all there is to it. That's why he's on the team, he's black. We had to add some flavor. Is that everybody?
Robbie Stewart, Adrian.
Oh yeah, Robert Stewart, Andre. Now we're just going off into the distance, but yeah, I just at the core, I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I've met all my friends are Yu-Gi-Oh players now. Like, it's crazy. Like I know people from New York. I know people from California. So shout out to everybody that I know. Shout out to the people that got the 1,000 likes again. I really appreciate it. Shout out to John, House of Champions, for, again, I don't know why you wanted to do this video, but hopefully you enjoyed it if you're still here. I don't know how fucking long this video has been, 30 minutes maybe, Jesus. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, man. I'm glad I talked about the tree. Trees are important.
Yeah, I remember Sam had all the champs or whatever.
Yeah, he was big into the tree.
John,
you would.
I don't know what.
Alright, block it out from here.